Yo, yo, yo! What's going on, great people in all of the great land? It's your guy, Nicholas Wilcox. It's your guy, Johnny Main. Johnny, say what's up to the great people.
What's up? Monday Night Football is getting ready to go down. Getting ready to burn like a bad perm. Been on the school bus all day with a bunch of kids. Field trip. Cooked out here, man. Cooked. Right.
They got all the energy out of you?
Man, listen, bro. I don't even it was like this maritime place that, it was cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool. Like, my daughter, she had a good time. You know, she was like super pumped about it. And then we were went outside for they have lobster houses or whatever. So you could do the metal ones or the wooden ones, to show them what it's like to be on a ship or whatever to, fish for lobsters. And it was pretty cool, man. I had a good time, man. It's the first time I ever got to chaperone,
Wow, first time ever?
Yeah, first time. Yeah, first time, man. So I was pretty pumped about it.
Up in the world.
I ain't go that far now. I ain't go that far now. They was looking for helping hands and
yeah.
But other than that, it's good, man. Had a good one. DFS lineup cash last night off of Sunday Night Football, so that was that was nice. Just to make me feel a little bit better about myself. So here I am, back for some more glutton for punishment. Yeah, glutton for punishment.
Definitely. What's up, great people? What's happening? I already know what it is. The Monday Night Football pregame preview we got for you, including a showdown lineup tonight on DraftKings between the Raiders and the Cowboys and our predictions for that game. And obviously, waiver wire show here, week 12, baby. So we're going to kick things off and start out with the quarterbacks before we get there. Please subscribe to the channel, please. We're trying to get it to at least 200 subs for the season at least. Help your favorite fantasy football homeboys out, please. Tell a friend, tell your coworkers. I know we have best kept secret in the closet, you know what I'm saying? But you got to tell some people about us. That being said, though, if y'all liking what we drop in, definitely drop what you need in the chat, any questions, whatever. We got you covered. But that being said, week 12 is about to be upon us. So we have 4 teams on bye. Haywood, what up, my guy? What's happening?
You like that, Haywood? You like that right there?
I'm sure homie. He does.
That's for you, homie. That's for you.
He's like, that looks fresh. That being said, teams on bye for week 12 as follows: Broncos, Chargers, the Finns, and the Commanders. All on bye. So what does that mean? It means that we're gonna have to probably look deep in the QB sector, especially because of all the injuries. We'll get to that. And overall, just some pieces that you've probably been relying on for the last several weeks now going to be on bye. So we're going to have to figure out ways to get certain guys out your lineup and get you guys that you can pick up off the waiver wire. So that being said, QBs. So we have some new ones on the ticker, along with some guys that we want to prioritize off the waiver. So we'll talk about the guys that we should prioritize off the waiver first, and then some guys that are either for deeper leagues or for, more teams that, are super flex leagues, whatever have you, based on injuries. So without further ado, we're going to start with Jacoby. We got Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, and we got obviously Brock Purdy, who was inserted back into the starting lineup for the first time since week 2 or something?
Yeah, something it's been a hot minute. Week 2, week 3.
A while for Purdy. It's like, what? It's been gone that long?
Yes.
So, in terms of these guys here, look, Brissett has been absolutely 100% on fire. And he hasn't had a game all season so far that he started where he hasn't produced fantasy numbers. The last 5 games for Brissett, he's had he's averaged 2 passing touchdowns. And he's averaged at least he's had over 255 passing yards or more, including the big one this past week in garbage time, where he threw for 452 passing yards, and setting the completions record for the most completions in a game. Absolutely crazy, Jacoby Brissett at the age of 32. doing his thing on the Arizona Cardinals. I know they're still losing, but it's something that, like, hey, like, us fantasy people, we love. I want you can go ahead and talk about your boy Bryce Young.
I don't have anything to say about Bryce. I don't have anything to say about him. Like that was totally an anomaly. Like I told y'all, I got y'all. Like if you want to play it to pop off, just send me a DM. I'll talk some shit about him real quick. Get him to pop off for you. I got y'all.
Bryce Young, 448 passing yards and 3 scores. Where was this all season and even last season?
I'll tell you where it was at. Exactly where this one was at. 1 in a million. That's exactly where it was at. Once in a lifetime, week 11.
You don't think you could do it again?
Do you think he could do it again?
Not 440 something passing yards.
No.
I think he can put up 250 against San Francisco this upcoming week. It's possible. Yeah, no, it's bullshit. But I don't know. I mean, look, Bryce Young just looking like Bryce Young out there. I don't know. I mean, hey, it is what it is. If you guys want to take a stab at him, feel free. The matchup's there for San Francisco's upcoming week, so he's not like the priority QB for me, but obviously, he's someone that if you're in a tight pinch, like, and there's not much on the waivers because of injuries, again, you're scrambling, stuff like that, then okay. But yeah, I'm gonna give the floor to you, John. I've talked enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me the priority is Brock Purdy. Like that's the priority for me, especially like if he's upright. I think he's the guy. You talk about who they're playing next week. Like they play the Carolina Panthers next week.
They do.
So like that should be a very interesting Monday night game. All of a sudden, there's 2 teams, fighting for playoff contention in that space, and then like for me, like I don't know, like I said about Jacoby Brissett, like I mean, it is what it is. I think that was absolutely just garbage. It was garbage time. Is really what it was, man. I mean, it's not like
baby.
Yeah. Like for fantasy managers, like I'm all in on it, man. Like I love that for sure.
So you think Kyler Murray gets an opportunity to play it at some point later on in the season?
I don't think Kyler will go back and play, man, just because like I'm pretty sure I think he's up this year. I'm pretty sure I think his contract's up this year. If it's not this year, I believe it's next year. If it's this year, then he definitely ain't coming back to play because there's no sense for him to go out there and get hurt and lose money for sure. So yeah, like he's the guy for me. He's the guy for me in that space that I look at and think like, all right, like that's a good move. Then Trevor Lawrence, he actually gets Arizona next week, so maybe
he does.
It's just Brock Purdy for me, man. Like all these other guys, man, like they have questions, and actually, ironically enough, 2 former number 1 overall picks on this list, in Bryce Young and Trevor Lawrence, ironically enough. But yeah, Brock Purdy's the guy for me. I mean, I think like when you think about what it has been for him and how long he's been out and what he came back yesterday and was able to do, like one of the things you did talk about yesterday was Kittle getting a bump, and he did. I mean, 3 touchdowns for Brock Purdy, 200 yards. He looked good, man. He looked good on 28 dropbacks. It was great to see him back out there. The one element of his game that like he had last year going for him that didn't really see a lot, and I think that's to be expected with the turf toe, is just the mobility piece. But otherwise than that, man, give me Brock Purdy. He's the name on this list that like stands out. They're almost healthy now. Ricky Pearsall, I think I don't know what happened to him yesterday. I feel like he only had like one catch or something, but Kittle's healthy. Jawan Jennings is, dealing with his broken ankles and broken ribs and broken ego. Yeah, like and they're still in it, man. Like they're still in it. So yeah,
100% they're in it.
I like Brock Purdy, man.
Yeah. Schedule for sure is also a bump up for these guys too. So yeah, Brock Purdy's definitely priority. I just know he's definitely like owned in a lot of leagues right now. So people were able to probably stash him on the IR spots or whatever. So if he's gone, I think Brissett's still the guy I want. And it was before the 400-yard performance this past week, but it was again just the consistency from what you're getting based on the value of Brissett, right? Because like he was already, like I said, he's averaged at, in every game so far he started 2 passing touchdowns at least. So that's at least, if you're getting that, even at a 4-point per touchdown for the quarterback league, like it's still solid for what you're getting out of Brissett versus and the consistency and the averages of it. So I do like Brissett just in general moving forward. I don't think Kyler Murray comes back and plays a game this season. So that's where, like, with Brissett, like, you're pretty relatively safe with him. It's just Trevor Lawrence, to me, he really bothers me. Like, him and Bryce Young, both of these guys kind of bother me because both of these dudes, like, they're just not as consistent enough. And with Bryce Young, especially, like, there's times where Lawrence runs and it's like, okay, that makes sense. But it's like Bryce Young doesn't even really utilize his, like, mobility enough. And I'm like, dude, like, come on. Like,
yeah.
like,
yeah. And the other thing, too, is just Bryce Young, like, typically he just doesn't have, like, he's not throwing the ball anywhere near as much as Trevor Lawrence. I mean, like, you go back and, like, you look before yesterday's 50 drop back game, he had a 59 drop back game against Arizona, ironically enough. But outside of that, like, every other performance that he's had since week 2 has been 23, 30. It's you're not getting more than 30 attempts, right? And like I talked about, it had been like 5 or 6 games where he hadn't thrown over 200 yards. Now, he's had games where he's thrown multiple touchdowns for sure, but like he hasn't had games where the yardage has been there. And even like you said, like from the rushing side, man, like he hasn't had one game all year. Actually, I'll take that a lot back. He's had one game since week 1 where he's hit double digit in rushing. So I think, this is just what it is, like with him. So I don't think it's anything we should expect from him moving forward.
That's fair. Totally fair. To the other quarterbacks, because depending on what you're dealing with, right? The new QBs, right? Depending on what you're dealing with, depending on if it's super flex, 2 QB leagues, stuff like that, like here are your options here. Tyrod Taylor officially announced as a starter for the Jets today, over Justin Fields, which is like, we can have a conversation about it, but it's like, you already gave up on the season, which makes sense. But it's like with Justin Fields, it's like, I don't even feel like he's getting like the fairest of shake at this point, just because of the utilization that you use him. Like, if you look at this game on New England, like, it's like you were almost trying to hide Justin Fields, which was like, I just didn't understand it. Like, he's not going to be the guy that's going to, consistently get you with his arm, but to keep things balanced, it's like I thought he'd give you the best chance to win. So we'll see what happens with Tyrod Taylor. If you have him, if you are able to go get him in some of your leagues, I still would. Jameis Winston's on this list. Mason Rudolph, your boy's on this list. Shedeur Sanders and Kirk Cousins. So a lot of boxes of chocolates here, right? Jameis Winston didn't look too bad. They looked really competitive still with him at quarterback, so that's the good thing. The bad news was, like, he didn't throw for a touchdown pass. He threw an interception. Like, his yardage total wasn't, like, through the roof. So that was a concern. And the rest of these guys, obviously, like Mason Rudolph, like, we've seen him come and go in this league. Shedeur Sanders didn't look the hottest. And then we have Kirk Cousins. So what you think? What you like, my man?
I like it's got to be Tyrod or Jameis. Like, if I only had to pick one, I guess I'm probably going to go Jameis if I had to go one, but it's close. So it's close between the two of those guys for sure. Yeah. I think like one of them is like, you know what you're going to get. Like, he's going to be throwing the ball. Like, that's just what it is, man. Like, he's going to make aggressive throws, and there's going to be some games where, he's going to look great and it's going to pay off. And I think the same thing like with Tyrod Taylor, but it's just a different version. It's a version of him being mobile. It's a version of him being more controlled and understanding. Obviously, he's a vet. He knows what to do, and he's still got a little giddy up to him for sure. And I think, like, you talked about Fields. Like, Fields, it's just one of those things, man. Like, he's a better fantasy quarterback than he is real life. Last week, he finished the week as QB4 in fantasy, and obviously you have him on your roster, and now, if he's your starter, now you got to look between the names on this list here, or maybe even some of the names that we had, up earlier, or maybe there's a one-off, right? And somebody dropped somebody that was decent. Most trade deadlines are done with now. So just really puts you in a really, really precarious situation if you had Justin Fields. It's been a roller coaster year with him all year long. I think Kirk Cousins is washed, man. And obviously, like, with the injury to Drake London, like, that adds a whole nother element. Like, the bottom is falling out for the Falcons like 1,000%. Shedeur, I don't know, man. Like, I think, like, it's too early to say. I think it's too early to say anything about him. Obviously, like, he got thrown into that situation with the Ravens yesterday due to the injury from Dylan Gabriel. So I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say that, like, I still believe and hope that Shedeur Sanders still ends up being a serviceable NFL player or even better than that. Mason Rudolph, I don't think this is the same situation that he's found himself in previous years with the Steelers. Let's not forget that was the Cincinnati Bengals they were playing last week. Statistically the worst defense in the NFL. So, of course, like, would he be able to come off the bench and be able to manage the game in a situation where, like, the Steelers had things under control in the grand scheme of things? Absolutely. Jameis and Tyrod are the only two guys that, for me on this list, that, like, have significant upside versus the rest of the field. So the rest of those guys, like, you can spend your fab budget on them if you want to. But Jameis and Tyrod, Jameis or Tyrod would be the way that I would go if I was looking at this list.
Totally. I agree with you for sure on that. Let's get to this question we got from how do I say it?
I don't know, man. You the enunciator, man. Like, you know I'm a butcher. Perico.
I think I'll probably
Let's do that. Let's do that. Perico. Let's do it.
I love how we act like amateurs sometimes. Sorry for butchering your name, but
first day on the job. Bear with me.
He has a question in regards to trading Henderson for Bowers. So if you decide to do this, his other running backs are Javonte, Amarion, Kamara, and Tracy. His other tight end is McBride. Would you rather flex Henderson or Bowers rest of the season? I think for me, it comes down to if you have McBride already on this roster, I would probably just roll with keeping Henderson. But at the same time, going with McBride and Bowers seems like a slam dunk. The only problem I have if you make this move for getting Bowers, which is actually a genius one, because I do think Bowers still rest of season I'd rather have over Henderson. Mm-hmm. And it's only really because we still don't know what's going on with Stevenson like that. New England cast, they always try to change things up 1 minute, one thing. They always do something differently now. Because again, even with Kyle Williams this past week, he had 3 targets last week and didn't do anything else after that big explosion, long catch for a touchdown. And then Kendrick Bourne was supposed to come back. So there's a lot of moving parts still in New England that I'm like, unless you have Drake May, that I'm kind of like, I don't feel like certain. But I know Henderson's going to have a role moving forward. Will we have the bell cow role is the real question. So if you have him, and you're not doing it for a player like Bowers, then I don't know what you're doing. But I would make this move if I have Henderson or not. To acquire Bowers, because this gives you a beautiful setup for McBride and Bowers. Obviously, the top tight ends clearly by a country mile. And then you have that, and then you have to worry about where you're potentially, if you're starting, who's your RB2 at least for this upcoming week, because there's rumblings about Hampton coming back for week 13, but we're not certain on those just yet. And then Tracy or Kamara, it's but long-winded way of saying I'd make this move.
Yeah, I was with you until I looked at the Patriots schedule, and then I changed my mind. The reason why I changed my mind is they have Cincinnati next week, the Giants the following week, the Buffalo Bills the week after that, the Ravens.
Just remember they have a bye in week 14. So if this roster is on the cusp of trying to get to the playoffs, that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, it is. It is something to keep in mind. And then the other thing too, to keep in mind as well is, are you going to be in a situation where Brock Bowers and Trey McBride, aren't playing down the stretch because they've been mathematically eliminated, which is another piece of this puzzle that I think, we're in that space now. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, man, we're entering the season now, or not quite there yet, but next couple of weeks, we're going to start to see some teams start to pull back, and some of their guys are not going to be out there for the full 4 quarters and things like that. So, I
guess for me, it's a little too early to think about that one. It's more about right now is I hear what you're saying. It definitely holds weight. It's just more of Pareko, what's your record? Because we'd love to know that. Because this is something where if he's in a position already to be in the playoffs and stuff like that, I guess that makes some sense. But I think inquiring for a guy like Bowers, who I do think, regardless, I feel like both of these guys are going to play regardless. I don't see a scenario where both of these guys are going to be sitting down the stretch or anything, because you're still getting paid to win football games. But he's 8-2, so I would just take this chance because in regards to making this move, you're overall trying to put yourself in a position for the best not only projection and raw points, but also the most upside. So I think with this move, it does give him the most upside.
I mean, Travion Henderson is going to be playing. There ain't no way they can pull back on this one. At this point,
it's New England.
Yeah. Even if it is New England, there ain't no way you can pull back on this one, man. So it's a good problem to have. Obviously, 8-2, man. You're in a really good situation. That's just always one of my that's always one of my concerns coming down the stretch, man. It's it looks good for 15 weeks, right? And then you get to week 16 and 17, and then these guys that you've been counting on, throwing up 25 and 30 points, right? Now all of a sudden you're in a scenario where, they're only playing the first half, right? Or, whatever. So I just think that there's less risk involved, with Henderson, but I totally agree and hear you loud and clear about the backfield situation. But man, but again though too, man, because he must have Henderson. So if you drafted him too, man, that's the other thing, bro. It's you already did the heavy lifting, brother. You already did the heavy lifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you did. But it's also if you're gonna bank on, let's just say hey, I want to get my values worth whatever. It's
the value's there in that trade. That's right. I think that's spot on. I think I have no problem with the value. I just think that. Again, when you look at this list of running backs here, for him, Alvin Kamara, again, probably even if he's playing in week 17, he hasn't played really. Tyrone Tracy, the Giants are going to be out of it. The Cardinals are also going to be mathematically probably eliminated by the time. You're just furthering yourself and putting yourself in a situation where you have players that there's. Because again, none of these coaches give a shit about our fantasy team, for sure. So these are all just it could end up being a really bad situation for somebody who has had a great year, and that's always one of the things you got to think about when you have great players on bad teams.
That's real. That's real. Wendy, hello from Chicago.
What's up?
Yeah. Like you said, it's 8-2. And we have a dynasty question. We got a couple. So dynasty type of question with concerns of next year's draft class. Are you guys familiar with the 26 class? Strong or no? And then possibly doing deals for picks. Maybe all of us are combine bound. It's definitely possible. I'd say I haven't done my analysis on the draft class just yet. That's something more for literally as soon as the fantasy season ends, it's you pop yourself right into what's happening and who's you should be watching and who's not. But as far as trading for picks, obviously it just depends on what situation you're in for your dynasties. Obviously, clearly if you're rebuilding, there's always a great time to go trade for or trade some pieces away for draft picks for next year. Just keep in mind though that you shouldn't make that your wholehearted mission if you're somewhat still in the race. If you're completely out of it, makes sense. If you're not, keep competing, but also try to trade for different late second round pick or whatever, trying to slowly move the draft board. But that's my take on that. What do you think, Johnny?
Draft picks, man, they can. I think you guys know, man. I'm not a big trade guy anyway, just in general.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not a big trade guy, for sure. And I'm it looks okay. So I'm just kind of taking a look at some of the names that are out here. So Jordan Tyson from Arizona State, baller. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana, baller. Ty Simpson, yeah. So you look at that. Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, there's definitely some guys out here that you can make a case for. But yeah, man, some of the best the best rookie guys that are here this year, were guys that were gotten later on in the drafts, man. Emeka was gotten later on. Tetero was got later on. Then there's guys like Caleb Johnson, who like is pretty much dead to me right now. Like Tyler Warren, like, you know, so I think like for me, like at least, man, next year will be my third year with a dynasty team. And I'm just kind of just settling into the space of like, okay, like I'm just going to do this like through the draft. I'm going to work the waiver wire. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to see what's going to happen and just kind of take it from there. So that's just kind of my take, man. And I know I'm like old fashioned, like as far as that goes. And I'm only hitting yes if I know like it benefits me like 1,000%. Got better things to do with my time than you know, trying to finagle, you know, hypothetical draft picks taking up 4 hours of my day, man. You know what I mean? So sorry, bro. Wish I had more to give you.
Well then. Other question we had from 1GQ Will. What up, my guy? Please like, subscribe to the channel, and ask any other questions you got as well. Dynasty trade. I got Penix 2027 first and second, 2026 first.
A first and second, I think.
First and second.
Yeah, Penix in a first and a second.
For Jordan Love, Devontae Smith, and Spears. I have a lot of wide receiver ones, but knocked out of the playoffs. So I'm guessing he's asking, what should we do this trade? Should we not?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sounded like a statement, but
sounds like it's a statement. Maybe, you know, because again, like,
I'm not here to judge because I type the way I talk, so it's all good. I type the way I talk. Yeah.
But if he's doing all that for Penix and 2 firsts, like I wouldn't be mad at that trade. Devontae Smith is someone that's like still like, as long as for AJ Brown's still around, he's just, you know, a solid wide receiver too. Like, and that won't improve unless something drastic happens in Philly. So, but he's getting all that, you know, for Jordan Love and what, you know, if he's doing all that for the Penix and those first rounders, like I wouldn't hate that move for him. Literally negotiations in my dynasty league, trying to stack up picks. This is not my year.
God bless you, brother.
And not my year, unfortunately.
God bless you, brother. God bless you.
Good Lord, yo.
God bless you. Oh man.
Oh man, that's funny. But to the running backs we go. As we continue our path down, the waiver wire land, and the running backs are on the ticker below, and a lot of things we got to keep our eyes peeled on, right? Because of the injuries, obviously Sean Tucker had an amazing performance out of nowhere that no one expected. We've been kind of waiting weeks for something like this to happen, and it just really didn't happen until yesterday. And I'm kind of upset, kind of sick to my stomach about it, but it is what it is. Then we have Gainwell, Mayor Wilson, because it's Josh Jacobs now we got to pay attention to. Bashawn Toon, who left with an injury, but we got to double check to make sure he's good. We got Chris Rodriguez, who's starting to look like the Washington RB1, ? And then Julian McLaughlin, who figures Sean Payton, this was expected. Another pain in our size from a fantasy land if we have RJ Harvey. And then the New York Giants running backs between Tyrone Tracy and, you guessed it, Devin Singletary is back, folks.
Man, what an amazing place to be at for running backs in week 12.
If you still got some money, if you still got money to spend.
Yeah, like that, which I said that all year long. Like, I'm not a big guy of like spending money like all year long to get the guys. So like now's a great time, obviously. I think for me, it's really weird, like with all these guys that are on the list, because like they all have a short shelf life. Like none of these guys like are, you know, the season long, rest of the season guys. So I think like it depends on, you know, what your situation is. Like if you absolutely need a win to get in, then there's definitely some starting running backs that are viable here for you in all of these guys' names. And then if you're not, then, you know, you get to sit back in the cut and chill. But if I would have to, like, if I had to say, man, like, I don't know who I would actually like want. I'm trying to like look to see who they play next week to like make a decision that way. But even still, I mean, like Kenny Gainwell gets the Bears, you know, so that could be kind of sexy. Like Sean Tucker gets the Rams, so like that's probably not going to be fun. Like that's it's probably not going to be fun. And then who else we got? We got Tucker, we got Gainwell, we got the Tootin, like he said. Well, obviously ETN is still there. Rodriguez, they're on a bye. McLaughlin's on a bye. Like, so this is like the Giants get the Lions. So none of these guys have like ideal matchups next week, man. Like none of these guys have ideal matchups. So I don't like, again, if you need a starter, like sure, like I don't want to be Emmanuel Wilson would probably be the way to go. Yeah, that would be the way to go for sure. So
yep, he's definitely the way to go. I'll say that there was talk about Jalen Warren and stuff like that. Like he seemed to be okay. His ankle injury seems to be minor. But anytime you start, we could have brought him back in, whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Kind of just we'll have to wait until this thing develops. But I do like Kenneth Gainwell right now, even if there's rumblings around Rodgers and stuff like that, whatever. Like, I still think Gainwell should be someone you should be plucking off the waiver, especially if people don't think I'm not for you spending all your money for Gainwell because of the news that we're hearing about Jalen Warren, but he's still someone that should be rostered. But yeah, look, person that you want to go grab is Emmanuel Wilson. Josh Jacobs, it seems like he's going to miss multiple weeks, but we're not totally certain as if he is as of this recording. So we'll just have to find out, but he's someone that's top priority. Gets Minnesota next week or this upcoming week. And he will be someone that if you definitely need a starter, if you had some, if you've been having trouble at running back all year, Emmanuel Wilson's definitely the guy. To the receivers we go. Oh boy. Michael Wilson.
It's Mike now, man.
It's Mike.
It's Mike, man. Michael.
Hold on, let's change that.
No, I'm just playing. No.
It's
Mike. After fantasy wide receiver 1, man, he ain't Michael no more. He Mike.
But yeah, going back to Wendy because she has to go. We really appreciate you, Wendy. Thanks so much. Please come back anytime. We're on here twice on Sunday, and then obviously around this time on Mondays till the end of the season. But she was talking about if she beats the median, her league median tonight, she has 13 wins in Scott Fishbowl.
Love it.
Hi, Scott Fishbowl for me is not a great topic to talk about, but I'll finish off strong with probably an 11-11 year, not make the postseason. But oh well, Johnny, go Johnny.
Yeah, I mean that's
bro, go kill it, please.
Yeah, no, I got 14 wins, so I got 14 wins. Probably getting ready to be headed towards 16. So yeah, so I agree with you. Yeah. So yeah. The
little devil over there. Yeah. Anyhow, receivers we go. We're gonna hit the receivers. Like Alec Pierce is someone that if Debro was here, he'd be like, I told y'all. So he's obviously here. If you haven't gotten Alec Pierce, then he's somehow still out there. He's someone that's definitely priority. But Michael Wilson, 18 targets, 15 catches. 185 receiving yards. Yo, where did this come from for Michael Wilson? And why wasn't this happening for the last 2 years? Another player. They were like, what is happening? Bizarro fantasy football world right now. He leads. He has the.
Oh. He iced up. Word to Steve Smith. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right, you back now. You back. You was iced up.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But I was saying about Michael Wilson, 185 receiving yards. Crazy.
Yeah.
Just wild. So he's someone that obviously, with Brissett, something about Brissett has unlocked this guy. Hey, so far so good at least. But if you're able to grab Michael Wilson, I was able to secure him in a couple of my leagues just as a bench spot. I had to start him in one spot because of all the buys. I was fortunate enough to have that performance, but it wasn't something where I was solely focused on telling you to start Michael Wilson. So he's just getting there by the volume, which is a good thing because with Brissett, it's he's able to get anybody and make them look good. So obviously he's a guy. But the rest of this list, Christian Watson, if he's still somehow still out there after all this time, he shouldn't be. He's still under 40% in most sleeper leagues. So I would double check for him. And then the guy I want to talk about and give some love to because of the Jamar Chase suspension now for one game, Andre Yoshivas. It's Yoshi season, baby. And with T. Higgins, obviously, and other threats for Cincinnati, Yoshivas should definitely be someone I want to add. If I have to get a receiver to start for this week, like we have 4 teams on bye. That includes the likes of at least you're going to be missing Debo, you're going to be missing Lad McConkey, you're going to be missing Cortland Sutton, you're going to miss a lot of these guys. So I have no problem you going out there and after the waivers clear, Yoshivas is out there. Pretty high on him in general for taking some more usage away while Jamar Chase is gone for that first game. So that's pretty much that for me. What you got, Johnny? You got Shavers on here?
Hey man, I'm just here, man. You know what I mean? I'm just here. I would have never thought in a million years that Tyrell Shavers would have been somebody that we would be talking about.
Not this season.
No,
and not for redraft.
No. I mean, but I mean, for me, he's had moments where he's flashed. He's caught a couple touchdowns, and we're like, what? Okay, or made a couple big plays, I should say. And we're like, okay, who is this guy?
Right.
I mean, a 17% target share last week in that Tampa Bay game, and Keon Coleman,
what an
idiot. Knows
what an idiot.
Who knows what's going to happen, right? And then he's in the perfect situation as well for a receiver to actually pop because the guy that actually catches all the passes is hurt in Dalton Kincaid. And then Khalil Shakir, I don't want to just completely shit on him, but somebody needs to get some toilet paper. So it's right. It's crazy. It's worth a flyer, man. If you have a roster spot, then I mean, you could do a lot worse because and I'm not trying to be this way, even though you were talking about, as you were talking about Michael Wilson, I was kind of just looking to be have I missed anything this entire time? And I don't think I have because there's been times where he's played pretty much for the entire season. He's played over 70 or 80% of the time. He's been on the field. It's been there, but the targets, you mentioned, just the sheer volume. And I know the dynamics have changed, obviously, with Marvin Harrison no longer being there. So, that could be, a thing. And then, obviously, just the game script itself. But, Christian Watson, to me, is probably the guy, that would make the most sense, out of this group, for me. And, of course, classic me, you're too early on Christian Watson. So, Alec Pierce is one of those guys. And I think Yoshivas is in the same boat as a lot of those running backs, man, where it's a 1 week rental, right? It's a 1 week rental. They get the New England Patriots.
Sure
be interesting to see how it shakes out, man. But obviously I think he'll be a pretty high priority. Darnell Mooney's on this list. I don't know. Kirk Cousins. I don't know.
London, so yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be, man. So yeah, I think for me, just the guy that makes the most sense is Christian Watson if he's still available for sure. Michael Wilson, I can definitely, and obviously Alec Pierce. I won't shit on him because he is legit. He's legit. He is legit. But those are the two guys for me on this list that I would prioritize if they're still available.
That makes sense. I want to talk about Isaiah Hodgins for a moment because he was someone that a couple of years ago made me some decent money on best ball leagues. But so he has a little special place in my heart. And he's the ideal receiver that Winston wants. Remember, Slayton was out this past week, so he was somehow he was sneakily called up and all of a sudden made an impact. So that being said, I mean he's someone for deeper formats. Again, it's a week where it's pretty gross at receiver, as you can tell. And we're just trying to get you guys some of the biggest names out there to get on your waiver wire targets and whatnot. So got some questions here in the chat. We got Jason Ortiz. Start one this week. He has Purdy, Brissett, or Trevor Lawrence. Got Knicks on the bye. And then who is better rest of the season, Knicks or Purdy? say if you have one this week to start, Niners get the Carolina Panthers, and Cardinals get who?
Jags.
The Jags.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna go Purdy here. Just because again, with all the weapons back in the Niners, all of them pretty much being healthy now, it's like all systems go for Purdy now. Especially if you've had him all this time, had to find a reason to start him. Like now is the time to do so. But again, like if you have Brissett, like probably keep him and see what happens too. But obviously, you don't have to keep both. You don't have to keep all three of these guys once Knicks comes back from the bye. Rest of the season, Knicks or Purdy. Probably gonna go Purdy again because the Niners' schedule is just more easier down the stretch than Denver's. And with Knicks, it's like my problem with Knicks is that he just, although he's been a decent like QB for the most part, it just feels like there hasn't been many ceiling games. And the schedule for him after the bye week is Washington, the Raiders, Green Bay. That's week 15 is most likely your first. Depending on your league format, it's probably the first week of your playoffs. And then it's Jacksonville, which has been a decent pass defense all year long, and then Kansas City the last your championship week for week 17. So there's just not many as opportunities for Knicks to hit that ceiling, in my opinion, based on what we've been watching for the last several for all season long so far. At least we know what Purdy, it's like I said, the schedule is more easier for them down the stretch. They still have a week 14 bye. So just be wary of that. But it's Carolina, Cleveland, then the bye. And then it's Tennessee, Colts, Chicago. So there's more opportunities, I feel, for ceiling for Purdy than there is Knicks.
Yeah. No, I've said this and I'll keep saying it, but like I think Bo Nix is like the best real life negative game script quarterback in the league, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like if it's neutral or they're winning, like I think we know what we're getting. With Purdy, like the one thing like I would just caution you of, right, because I have Brock Purdy in one league and I'm hanging on by
a thread,
like and like everything is finally starting to come together, but like you just got to be careful with that turf toe, man, because like it's one more injury away, or one bad step or step on, or any whatever the case may be, like with Purdy with that. So I think it's just something just to be mindful of. I would say, like, just obviously if you're going Purdy, you're gonna have to hang on to one of these guys anyway because of the bye situation. Well, for Knicks anyway. Yeah, I don't mind Purdy at all, man. Like, actually, I like him. Like, I had really high hopes for him this season going into the year, and obviously, like, injuries have limited him to only 4 games played so far.
Makes sense. Bench, I don't want to drop. Yeah, my bench is Vidal. I don't want to drop Hampton. You shouldn't. Monangai has a role. White until Bucky comes back, and Pollard, who sucks.
Agreed.
I drop White and or Pollard for Emmanuel, Wilson, Gainwell, or 2 in our night. Yes. So what I would do in this scenario, I guess what I would do in this scenario is problem is like the news right now. It's like, man, like I would drop like Vidal, but the problem is we don't know if Hampton's coming back after the bye. So that's the crappy part. The other part of this is like, do I drop Tony Pollard? It's like, depending on what Spears can do down the stretch, if he can really be the guy that they just gives more touches to down the stretch, because Pollard's older, he's going to be 29 soon. Like, who knows? I guess at this juncture, like Bucky was having some limited practices upcoming this week, or at least heading into like Friday, and then they ultimately came out and said, Bucky's not going to be playing. So my guess, and this is just a hunch, is that Bucky's going to come back this week, and have at least he'll need a full practice or 2. Obviously, he had limited practices last week, so I'm guessing that he should be ready to go this upcoming week. So I would drop White, but at the same time, Pollard's easily someone I could drop to.
Yeah, no, I ain't dropping Rashad White yet. I ain't ready to quit him yet. Tony Pollard plays on the worst offense in the NFL. Tony Pollard has been one of the worst drafted fantasy starting running backs in the NFL.
Yep.
Like Rashad White, like, however we want to look at it, man, like Sean Tucker, like I said, I maybe I'm wrong. Like, I mean, I ended up having to start Sean Tucker. I picked him up in like 3 leagues, man. I played him in Scott Fishbowl. I had no choice but to, so that looks great. Then I picked him up in one that I'm probably about to lose with 34 points sitting on my bench. So that's pretty sick. I can't even remember if I played him in the other one. I think I did. But yeah, man, like Tony Pollard would be the guy that I would drop, and I wouldn't even like think twice about it, like at this point, right? Just because looking at like what he hasn't done so far this year, I think he's got like 3 games this year of double-digit point. Actually, 4 games of double-digit points this year. That's it, with no rank higher than 15 as far as like his fantasy position rank. So realistically, like the best case scenario, like you're getting from Tony Pollard, is a RB 15, and that's if everything shakes right for the Tennessee Titans. And they got like, obviously that division is stacked as far as the AFC South. I say stacked, but it's a tough division. There are no gimme games there, and I think like we just know like the writing's on the wall. It's not a really great situation. So I feel comfortable dropping Pollard for sure.
Yeah, to add to that, it's like he had his worst performance, like second to worst performance of the season, and the schedule for them is not great. So
yeah,
I mean, you would probably drop Pollard pretty safely at this moment in time, just because, like, again, he's not even getting the workload like he used to. So,
nope.
So yeah, I mean, look, just have to see. Yeah, if it's really between those two, I would say Pollard then. If Dart is out this week, start Brissett or Trevor. I feel like we went over this in a way for both of us, but
maybe I don't know if we were like, but maybe we did. I don't know.
In a way, when we're talking about the quarterbacks, like, but
yeah,
for you.
Yeah,
if Dart is out this week.
Yeah, if Dart is out this week, man. Yeah, if so, I probably would go Jacoby, honestly, man. Like as scary as like, and I just got and like
that's why
the Jags just toasted me on Sunday by going Justin Herbert and his 81-yard performance. Shout out to Kobe. Yeah, I'd probably go Brissett just because, like, right, like maybe this is a spot where like the Jags are, coming off an emotional high. And maybe they can catch him slipping. But I mean, I think like with Trevor Lawrence though, man, it's just like it's mid. Like there's nothing more, there's nothing less. Like it's like you can expect for him damn near just to be like quarterback 15 to 18 every single week. Like that's just what you can expect for him. Nothing more, nothing like, and I'm not even trying to be like funny, man. Like that's just what it is. Like on the year, 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Obviously he peaked when he was in high school or college out here. Number 5 QB performance against the Chiefs, 12 against the Raiders, 11 against the Chargers. Like, we know what it is. Like, no 300-yard game so far this season. Like, yeah, man. I guess give me the guy that's not really a starting quarterback in the NFL to keep carrying my fantasy team, I guess. Sure, why not? I started him in my home league, too. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacoby to me easily, and it's not close.
Fair enough.
Not close to me. Since handcuff season, which 3 are best? Which 3 are best? So Corum, Brian Robinson, Tootin, Stevenson, Emmanuel Wilson, Pacheco, Knight. Can't believe he put Pacheco as like, well, he kind of is. And Bam Knight. Also have DJ Moore on my bench. He's droppable to get 4 of those guys. Damn. I'm not ready to drop DJ Moore.
No.
I'm not.
No.
Chicago still has a decent strength of schedule upcoming, and he's still the wide receiver 2 on an offense that should still be relatively decent. So I'm not ready to drop DJ Moore. What I will say is, again, Emmanuel Wilson's the pickup of the week at running back. Just because we don't know how many weeks Josh Jacobs could miss, but I know they say he's going to miss some time.
Yeah.
In my eyes, when I'm reading that, it's 2 to 3 weeks. But it could be just this week. Could be just 2 weeks. Who knows? But he's someone that I'm very highly prioritizing as someone that can, because Emmanuel Wilson can still do it in multiple ways. So there's that. So he's definitely the one out of all this. That would be like, all right, well, I'm going to rush to get. Everybody else comes a little bit more interesting. Pacheco for sure. No, he's falling off a cliff. And we'll see if there's any rumblings of him coming back this week. But Pacheco will at least be splitting carries, if anything else. I wouldn't call him the handcuff because there's still a way where Pacheco could still being used as the 1A in this backfield at some point still. So that'd be my second guy I prioritize. And then thirdly, like, obviously Brian Robinson, because, anything can happen to CMC, stuff like that, whatever. And it feels like, and then everybody else after that for me.
Yeah, Manuel Wilson, I think like that's definitely the play because I think obviously too, like one of the knocks going into the season on Josh Jacobs was like the workload that he previously had. And I don't think that had anything to do with like the injury. It was just a fluky injury. So maybe like Green Bay is just maybe they take their time with him for sure. I'm not quite sure like how they line up as far as like the standings in the NFC North. I know they're still in the mix of it. So maybe it's a situation where like, hey, like if they continue to keep winning, maybe it buys time. And then we talked about Ramondre Stevenson. Man, listen, he's got something on Mike Vrabel. He's got something. Like he knows where the dead bodies at, bro. Like he knows where they at. Like
he got some blackmail on him, yo.
Man, he knows where they at. Like, cause that like this man literally has fumbled the entire season. And still, just like I know, and we all know that like worst case scenario, he's going to come back and still probably end up getting like 40% of the carries. Worst case scenario, like we know that, right? And like we're a spot where like we believe the Patriots are, a good team. So like there's an opportunity for him to have goal line work there. There is an opportunity for it to be a thing. I don't agree with it, but I live in the real world, and unfortunately, Mike Vrabel does not, or the running backs coach. So I like those two guys, and then like. From there, man, I think it's a dart throw, right? Like you could make a case for Corum, for sure. Like he's been playing more. B-Rob, you know what it is. Tootin. I think you could literally throw a dart at either any of those names, man. And I think they all have like the same warts as far as like playing time, offensive situation. Like Corum's the offense is good for them, but we all know like McVay's affinity with Kyron Williams. And the rest of them, it's like they're literally the same guy. So like so you need an injury to happen, and then like from that point, like always, my take on it is always like, all right, who plays in the best offense? All right, cool, probably B-Rob, probably. So like let's do it. So yeah, I'm cool with that. And yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm a DJ Moore truther to the end, so can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't shake it. Last question for Jason. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for flooding up the comment section.
Yeah,
really
for sure.
Please like, subscribe, and come by anytime, my man. Start 2. So he has Godwin, if he's playing. Sterling Shepard, I'm assuming it's Sterling Shepard. Mitchell for the Jets. With Taylor starting. Mooney, obviously. London has a broken collarbone? No. He's just
it's a knee or something like that.
Okay.
I think.
Broken collarbone. Wait a minute.
That's all right. I was like, he ain't playing. It don't matter. He ain't playing. Hell, whatever. He ain't playing.
Yeah. He's week to week right now, though. So, and then any of the Panthers, not Ted Rowe. And then any other Titans receivers. This is bad. This week.
Damn, J.O. You got a situation.
The Bucs receivers, the receivers. Okay. I mean, I'm willing, I guess, in a spot like this where it's just gross. I'm assuming Godwin will probably be out again this week. It's probably I guess the 3 or 4 names that come in line, right? Adonai Mitchell already here, Darnell Mooney. And then for the Panthers receivers, I would say either Jalen Coker or Xavier is there. We won't talk about the Titans receivers because it's basically like whoever's left right now. But Amenora is obviously who I'm thinking about, but it's like it feels like they're not even peppering him well. Shamir DK, but he left with an injury. And then the Browns receivers, so like Cedric Tillman possibly from there. So I mean, look, it's and obviously Jerry Jeudy if he didn't get dropped already. But there's a lot of names here. I would say the 2 I'd probably start after all this to be said. If Godwin's playing, yeah, obviously. Sterling Shep to me just feels like they don't ever give him the ball, so he's more like a low end play. So yeah, I'd take the shot. Give me a shot at the overall like contrarianness of this. So give me Mitchell, give me Mooney. Mooney is someone that I was hoping that would come out a little bit more into the season, but like let's just hope that he gets some volume there without London. And then obviously Mitchell, there were a few drops that he had this past week, but again, it was his first actual game with the Jets, so there's that. But what you got, my man?
Whew. You know what I say in this spot? Tyrell Shavers. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, man, call him as more meetings as possible.
I mean, like, shit, man, because this is a hard knock life right here, man. Because Kirk Cousins sucks and Darnell Mooney, like, I ain't buying that. Adonai Mitchell, maybe only because the quarterback situation is a little bit different now this week with Tyrod. I think Xavier Legette might be somebody that would be in play. As well for me, just like with the 49ers, because I think like at least like they've shown like even if they're gonna win, there's obviously some meat on the bone there. Cedric Tillman would be the other guy that I would look at as far as the Browns would go. But yeah, and obviously like Godwin, you just don't know. Like you just don't know. Like even if he plays, you don't know how healthy he truly is. Like so, yeah, man. Like if I had to rank them.
Yeah, right.
Man, I guess I would go Xavier Legette. I would go Xavier Legette. Maybe Cedric Tillman next. Yes, Cedric Tillman next. Adonai Mitchell. Shavers. Oh man. Yeah, that's what it would be. So
breaking news: Watson and Dobbs for a 2027 second round.
Oh God.
27 classes loaded that I know. And I know Nick approves of this trade.
Oh my God. Hold on, we got to get ripping, man. I hadn't even done this, dude. We got 30 minutes, man, for this showdown slate.
I thought it was 8:20, no? It's 8:15? Yeah.
No, it's 3 minutes. It goes.
Get it loaded, my guy.
Oh,
we're gonna do this on the fly, baby.
Oh
Doing it
my
live.
God.
Cowboys and the Raiders.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Cowboys and Raiders tonight.
I'm going to continue with my theme of going under. You know what? I'm actually going to go really crazy tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, I'm going to stay with it.
Boy.
I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to go Brock Bowers in my captain spot.
Yeah, so you should. Yeah.
I'm going to go Ashton Genty.
Yep, that makes sense too.
I'm going to go Dak Prescott. I'm going to go Javonte Williams. I'm going to go. Man, that's not a lot of. Jesus. Nope. That didn't. Man, yeah, Jesus. All right. So Brock Bowers.
Yep.
Oh shit! This is not going to be fun. This is literally going to be just button pressing. Oh my God! At least I'm glad I at least looked at this. Brock Bowers. All right. Then I'm going to go Javonte, and then I'm going to go. No, it is not going to be fun. Then I'm going to go Jake Ferguson. Then I'm going to go. I got 6,000 left to play in different spots. I'm going to go Brandon Aubrey here to get some points in a really odd move. And then where's Gino? No. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. Man, this is crazy. This is I hate everything about this. I hate everything about this. Let's do it. It's done. It's done. Oh my God, bro. I couldn't even tell you what the lineup is.
Yo.
Wow.
You're hilarious. I can't even tell you.
Wow. Do you see why? I got it in. Yeah. Like literally with like no thoughts to anything. I thought about so for the record, I really wanted to go like Trey Tucker. Like I really wanted to go him because I think like the Cowboys tonight, like they bleed huge plays, and like Trey Tucker is like, and now I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, oh man, it would have been great to have like Tyler Lockett or Trey Tucker into one of those spots.
I got locking in the lineup I got.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I'm glad for you, man. Glad you had more than 3 minutes to do a lineup, man.
I'm still doing it. We got 30 seconds.
Oh my God. I cannot. Oh man.
Yo.
Well, I did have a parlay.
I got Bowers. I got
yeah.
Bowers. Got Bowers, Carlson. Bowers at captain. Carlson, Genty, Lockett, and then I got Pickens stacked there. So
there it goes.
I mean, look, if I'm gonna get burned by Pickens tonight, I might as well do it, get some money. I got Jake Ferguson in my league, so hopefully he does a little bit better tonight than Pickens, but this is a nice little it's a nice little what do you call it? Safety plan, whatever. But anyhow, we were still on the receivers before talking about the game, and I guess we'll break down the game real quick.
Sure.
Cowgirls to cover here in Raider country tonight. Got the over. I think this game will just come down to if Dallas can get a few stops on the Raiders, or if the Raiders just keep on putting up some points here. And that's just kind of where I see it. I know Dak is not the best going away from Dallas, but I think this is a prime spot where if they have any aspirations to make the playoffs, go out and beat these guys by more than 10 points tonight. So that's what I got. Unfortunately, I got the Cowgirls tonight. Got the over. And from props and betting land, I only have for you one play.
Oh, wow. Shoot, okay. Wow. Only one. Okay.
Only one play. That's Ashton Genty receiving yards. So I think it was 20.
Yeah, it was like 20 something. Yeah, I looked around a little bit. I shopped a little bit before we got on here.
Definitely. So, and then I have like a parlay I'm running. So I have Pickens 50 yards receiving, Bowers 60 yards receiving, CeeDee Lamb 70 yards receiving, Jake Ferguson 25%, 25 receiving yards, Trey Tucker 40 receiving yards, and then I have Ashton Genty at 15. I like Ashton Genty for the receiving line for the prop tonight. So kudos and good luck to everybody out there. We're going to be finishing up this. Are you in agreement with the Cowgirls tonight?
Yeah, like as much as I want the Raiders, or I shouldn't say one, as much as I think the Raiders will be able to keep this game close, I still feel like they're the Raiders and they're going to find some way to blow it. But then also too, that's also the Dallas Cowboys MO.
That's also the Dallas Cowgirls. Yep.
This is literally like a tale of like two teams. And like if you switched uniforms on these teams, you'd be like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. Minus the quarterback spot. Like I won't go and I won't be that dramatic, but holy smokes, man. No, I've got one, man. I got six legs here. I was like, might as well. Like I won 15 last night. Let's see what we get. CD 86, Javonte anytime, Ashton over 66, Gino over 229, Bowers over 73, and Trey Tucker over 45. So my gut tells me that this feels like the Raiders are going to be able to keep this game close, because if they don't keep this game close, I have a feeling this might turn into a snooze fest. Pretty much. Keep it close. Vegas, keep it close.
Please keep it close. To the tight ends that we go, and if you guys want more tight ends, you already know what it is. The FanTrax article that drops tomorrow morning for these streamers and tight end sleepers article I write for every week. So tight ends, Jawan, who's been, a darling for me all year long, for the most part, and coming back off the bye. And then we'll have Dalton Schultz, who's someone I'm like, he's just a guy, in my opinion. Like, he's not someone that's like purely a game changer, but like, he's going to get some volume. So we're hoping for CJ Stroud to come back, so that way he could be a little bit more impactful. But close to level, and if you're looking at the waivers this week and he somehow gets dropped, he's someone I would want to prioritize picking up. But the guy I really, really want to reiterate one more time, and I mean one more time. I've been talking about him all season. AJ Barner. Yo, AJ Barner. What did he have last week? 10 catches, people. He is the tight end one in Seattle now. And he's the guy that is the push guy in Seattle. Which who would have thunk that? So you have a chance for a couple ways for him to be effective for your rosters down the stretch. Taysom Hill-ish, not besides the throwing, yeah. So I would say, go get AJ Barner. He's someone I will be talking about as a priority for one more time for you people. I've been telling you to keep him on your rosters all year. But he's the guy for me, AJ Barner.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I'm tripping, or I think like CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens both, like maybe they got benched on the first drive or something. I don't know. I just like turned it over on my phone and just started watching. I was like, yeah, no, they watched that series from the sidelines. That is real. That did happen. So,
Did they really?
Yeah, it's real. Like NFL Network just threw it out there.
That's interesting.
Yep, it is.
Was Lamb and Pickens?
Yeah.
Who's out there at receiver then?
Well, the Raiders have the ball now because the Cowboys went 3-and-out.
Yeah, okay.
And the Raiders' first position.
Brock Bowers, 18-yard reception early. Let's go.
Yeah, first right out the gate. So, yeah, I mean, a tight end, man, like I think it is what it is, man. It's been this way all season long, right?
Yep.
I don't mind going back to Juwan Johnson again. I think AJ Barner, like I like him too. I think that might have been just a product. Not just a product, but I think it was a product of just the game script for with the Rams. Like, obviously, hey man, like we know what the objective is. JSN, try to contain them, but I think everybody's been trying to do that, right? But again, like I don't mind that at all, man. I think like he's been super solid all season long. Like none of these guys really do it for me like more than the other player does it for me, because like in most of my leagues, like my tight ends either really, really suck worse than the names on this list here, or either I have George Kittle or Trey McBride. So, I'm in the Theo Johnson, Mark Andrews, trying to think who my other tight end is, Theo Johnson, Jake Ferguson space. That's pretty much where I've been operating at, man. So, yeah.
Makes sense. Makes a ton of sense, my guy. Yep. That's the waivers. Week 12. We got both the Cowgirls tonight. And like I said, Genty receiving prop still out there if you want to take it live. And that being said, well, that's the end of the show. Johnny, I'm going to ask you, any final thoughts, any Monday Night Miracles you need tonight?
I need Jake Ferguson to go hammer time because I actually had the misfortune of playing Josh Allen. That was the one league I actually ran into him on. So I was like, you know what? I guess I can't complain too bad.
I can't either.
Yeah, that's like literally the only league that I ran into him in. But other than that, like I don't need anything. I don't have any Brock Bowers. I don't have any shares of Ashton Genty. The Cookout League, I think I got that under wraps. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna watch football tonight and hope this parlay hits, or either hope this showdown roster takes one down, man, and hopefully makes up for an abysmal, emotionally draining week 11. So
I hear you. I somehow survived Josh Allen in one of my leagues. Just crazy. I don't know how that happened, but hey, I'll take it. Let's go. Can you do it again?
No. I gave you two. I gave you two.
No.
Oh man.
It's classic. About to be 9-2 in the year.
I seen your name out there. I seen your name on that, man. I seen they dropped that. I was like, all right, I seen you out there. Well, I was freezing to death outside.
Freezing to death outside.
Yeah.
Oh man. Still got the number one claim too with all my money in that league. So
yeah.
Feeling pretty all right. You know what I'm saying? Just hope we're gonna take it to the promised land, my guy. They say land the plane. But yeah, looking strong in all my leagues for the most part. Yeah, the only one I really don't look solid in is, again, I'll finish Scott Fishbowl 11-11. And this is what it is. that you?
That was me.
That was you. I was like, wait, is that you?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, Johnny with the sound effects. I'm saying for real.
For you, hey, for you, brother.
Favors in the Millie Maker. Yeah, right. I wasn't even sure if he did that well this past week, did he? But yeah, about to make another deal.
I love it.
Oh funny. Man, yo. Yeah, we appreciate you, Haywood, for sure, man. You have a great night. And yo, let's keep chatting about you coming out to the combine because that'll be something that'd be dope too. So we wearing shorts out here. Shut up. We rubbing it in over there, all right? Like
33 snowflakes, baby. Get it how you live.
Well, no snowflakes over here in Connecticut, but it's pretty cold. So that being said, for Johnny, myself, we out of here. We'll see you guys on Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Of course, you guys want to hit us up on X, you feel free to do so, or any of our social media platforms. Show us love on there as well. But we out of here. Peace.